Hi, I'm Stephen Majors. I'm Vice President of Global Communications and Investor Relations with the Alliance for Regenerative Medicine. Honored to be joined today at ARM Studios by Owen Smith, who's a partner at 4Bio Capital. Owen, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Great. So to start off, tell us a little bit about 4Bio Capital and what you all do.
So headquartered in the UK, we're a venture capital firm focused on investing into therapeutics. Our core themes are deep bio and precision medicine. That's a big mouthful, but fundamentally investing in platform technologies and developing assets that can address unmet technical need. The firm was born out of an interest and a passion in cell and gene therapies. That's where we sort of really cut our teeth. That's a space where you had to be comfortable with regulatory, clinical and preclinical ambiguity. It's something we think we have a degree of expertise in, and so cell and gene therapies are an area we have a passion for. We're currently deploying our third fund, about to move on to our fourth. Each fund makes around 10 concentrated investments into companies that we play an active role helping to build and grow, from 40% company creation to seed and Series A, investing globally.
Great. And so you all have been invested in the advanced therapy space for a long time now. How have things evolved, changed since you first got going in the space?
So I think we've gone from a period where there was a lot of excitement around breakthrough scientific discovery to realization that the discoveries aren't being backed up by the engineering know-with-all and the capacity within the system to actually scale and build medicines. So there was initial wave of excitement, a lot of investment into breakthrough technologies in the gene therapy space, the cell therapy space, a lot of learnings in the public domain, a lot of people getting results they wanted. Great that we've had a number of approvals, 4 blockbusters anticipated by the end of this year, 2 already. But a lot of people sort of learned some harsh lessons along the way. And I think now we're at a position where we sort of know the rules of engagement for developing therapies. And so we're poised for a period of productivity.
Yeah. And when you look at what's happening now, like the last year or so, what are some of the positive signals that you're seeing that this sector is really starting to learn from what's happened previously and kind of reach a new level of success?
I think it goes across biotech, actually. It's not just this sector, but specifically building efficient, thoughtful business plans, developing programs and getting assets, which are ultimately assets for patients, into the clinic and seeing whether they work in a thoughtful way. I think that discipline coming back into the industry has been really helpful. I think that once you exemplify that you can make a therapy, you can take it into a clinical study and it works, and then also from the outset thinking how you scale it and take it to patient 10,000 from day one, you're in a much better place than amassing a large pool of captive capital and hoping you can figure it out along the way. I think there's a lot of partnership between investors and early stage founders to build a business plan that's sort of destined for success, or at least destined to let biology tell you whether a therapy will work, as opposed to corporate struggles.
Yeah. And so we talk a lot at ARM, and then when there's been discussion here at Meeting on the Mesa about the importance of the big biopharma sector and their interest in the field. I mean, how, as a kind of smaller investor, how important is that big pharma interest in terms of the overall success of everyone's investment in the field in general?
I think it's important that you have broad pharma interest from a really big pharma, going from Lilly through to Pfizer, all the way through to mid-sized pharma. You need to have sort of people who can be partners along the way. Some groups will be very happy to pick up a program in phase 2 or phase 3. Look at the Pfizer acquisition of Maturation this week, for example, or sort of be really excited by the data from somebody like Unicure in the last week and say, oh, I can go and buy that for billions. But what's really important is that I think throughout the spectrum, there are points where people may move into a field. Some of the deals that we're seeing, Arbor Biotechnologies today, the partnership with Chiesi, it's good to see interest across the spectrum on the acquisition and the partnership side, but also sort of joining and being a part of the equity story and actually working alongside businesses. I mean, we have around 2/3 of our investments are in the cell and gene therapy space. I think the majority of them have at least one strategic investor on the cap table working with the business. So I think it's super important.
Wonderful. Well, Owen, thanks a lot for joining us on ARM Studios, and thanks for coming to Meeting on the Mesa.
Thanks.